All right, folks, it's Friday, January 10th, 2025, and we're going to be talking approximately this XRP go viral second that isn't always stopping. In truth, there are no symptoms of slowing down. We're going to show you that it's handy as choosing up, and I accept as true with that. This is a great reason why we're seeing XRP preserve these degrees so nicely, notwithstanding the market being down. And B to G, look at the P to G, look at the Palmer. Some folks, some new humans getting a touch scared. Us OGs and veterans in the space, we kind of simply sitting lower back, drinking our coffee, scooping up the dips. But what's been thrilling to observe is how properly XRP is keeping. The structure is still intact. And I suppose that explosive pass to the upside and hitting an all-time excessive this month is still in play. You're going to like this replace. And you are absolutely going to get ticked off a bit due to the fact we're going to play a clip of Gary Gensler. And this is the first interview that Gary Gensler has executed on the grounds that pronouncing his resignation. And pay attention in. This is over again, this entire talk of choosing winners and losers. So here's your market right now. Bitcoin returned at 93,600. Little bit of chop during the last couple of days, and the marketplace is go into reverse for the general inventory marketplace this morning. Crypto's protecting out all proper with XRP, just truly doing absolutely properly. I really intended to tug up this chart proper right here. That moved in the direction of all-time excessive, $3 to $4 coming in right here quickly, so it is searching actually accurate. But today we got the Rolls numbers, which have basically killed the Fed pivot. Stocks are crashing after America brought nearly 100 greater jobs than expected in December. The unemployment price fell to 4.1% just after the Fed said the exertions marketplace become weakening. And so why are stocks crashing? Let us explain. Well, I'll just summarize real brief. The US economic system introduced 256,000 jobs in December, or 92,000 greater than anticipated. The different trouble is the inflation is persevering with to develop. So realize why we're beginning to reduce fees, because we've gained the combat towards inflation, that we've carried out our task, and unemployment is beginning to take in the jobs marketplace, and the labor market isn't always as robust as we might love it to be. It's nonetheless a strong economic system. Don't worry, men, don't worry, don't panic. It's still a strong financial system. However, employment's starting to take in. Well, now we were given this jobs document that came out today with 1,000,000 extra jobs than expected. Now, of course, we've got to anticipate revisions, and they'll revise this multiple instances. However, I suggest, until they were given this one way wrong, what that is telling us is that the job marketplace is selecting again up. We already see the inflation is picking returned up. So this kills any premise or promise of a Fed pivot, which it really is the factor. It by no means became a promise. But the market become already getting ahead of our skis, thinking that we had been going to get what became its 6 rate cuts in 2023. We were going to get 7 charge cuts in 2024, and we got far from that. And the expectation was we were going to get 4 or 5 rate cuts this year. In 2025, that dropped to 2, that become simply multiple weeks in the past. The closing Fed update that we got that dropped the expectancies all the way down to maybe 1 or charge cuts. And now Bank of America is coming out this morning and they're saying that they do not count on any charge cuts this 12 months. Now that is a problem that's no longer going to get any higher whenever soon, especially with what has now been delivered with this black swan occasion. So with the California wildfires, and this is very tragic. We're praying. We have given network participants down in that place. If you're in that location, drop an update within the feedback down under. We're praying for you. Anything that we are able to do that will help you guys down there, but that is going to be a huge mess to clean up. I suggest we are speaking years to clean up this situation. This is going to be the most steeply priced wildfire ever in our history. We have 198 downloads right now, so you're going to be bulimic quickly. $150 billion is the estimates on how a good deal this will cost us. And that is taking us, basically, this is the largest character hearth. But what we noticed, the Maui fires cost us 13 to 16 billion. And I'm amazed that you already know that's not even extra there. But the Maui fires alone, 13 to 16 billion. The US, but that was spread out throughout a couple of states. The Western US wildfire season of 2018 cost us $400 billion, and Hurricane Helene of closing 12 months is going to price us 225 to 250 billion. Now those are estimated at 135 to 150 billion. Right here they display, this is actually a video of one guy who really started the half, so a number of those began by means of a few bad actors and some criminals in those regions. We're watching that. I'm now not going to get into an excessive amount on that. What I desire to talk about, although, is just how massive the dimensions of this is and the issues that this is causing within the insurance enterprise and the ripple consequences which are going to unfold. Essentially a liquidity crisis at the lower back cease of the insurers. It truly is going to unfold to small and local banks from this. I suppose that myself, together with many others, are nonetheless looking to hold close how big this honestly is and how large the impact can be felt, because while U-Boat Florida getting worn out through the hurricanes, other southern territories getting smashed, you got wildfire seasons that have been traditionally bad, you know, unprecedented destruction on top of this one now delivered to, this is a very, very awful scenario right here. You know, and like I stated, it influences and it is only going to exacerbate the liquidity crisis. It truly is already going on at the, again, stop of our banking machine. Now, it is going to be spreading from the insurance organizations as properly that we're already trying to get out. The losses from this are just super. So fortuitously, I have not visible any reports of lack of existence yet. So it really is right. I'm hoping that stays to, you know, realize it stays the truth, but we are praying for the parents down there, and that is a severe trouble. So it is bad obtainable, and that is why the stock market's going backpedal. But like I said, our cryptos are keeping sincerely well, especially XRP. Now, speaking of crypto, if you're ready to get ticked off, listen in. That is the primary specific interview that Gary Gensler has performed, considering announcing his resignation, because he's going to be out of here in 9 days. So we were given the countdown rolling. 9 days until Gary Gensler is gone. However, I want you to take it, concentrate in. He speaks of how he's pleased with what they have been able to perform. And word he likes to blame Jay Clayton. He says, my predecessor is the one that surely began this. We picked it up and we did a little bit extra than him. You recognize. But essentially, he is the one that began this conflict on crypto. He simply likes to deflect to Jay Clayton. Jay Clayton started this one. And this is likely what he'd have to say, too, in this Ripple versus SEC case. But listen in how he has the nerve to make an announcement about the crypto area is Bitcoin, after which all of the rest. And he said, properly, perhaps you may consist of Ethereum in there too. So it is Bitcoin, Ethereum, and the rest. What about XRP, Mr. Gary Gensler? The asset that did take out Ethereum to end up the #2 asset before your agency released an attack towards us and lost by means of the manner, and you have 5 days to document that appeal short or the case receives dropped and we get a claim whole victory. Well, I bet you would still get to collect 125 million as you place sale and get to pretend to be the best guy. At the worst, when is it going to get worse for a manager to pretend to be the best guy? But concentrate in on this clip, oldsters. It's truly disgusting. I suppose that we've accomplished a few top things. Look, I got here in my predecessor, Jake Clayton, who changed into, in this workplace, had also attempted to address this new emerging a part of finance. And as you're saying, it's less than 1% of our standard monetary market. So he's always simply nothing over there. You realize I touch this and we are best allocating 5% of our pressure to this. You recognize it's no longer too huge of a deal, these crypto guys. Yeah. But it became then, while Jay was looking to cope with it, and he introduced 80 enforcement actions in this area, we've delivered in about 100 in our 4 years. It become consistent. It's perhaps about 5% of what we do in our regulation enforcement. I suggest there is 95% in a field, unfortunately, about different matters, scammers and fraudsters and so on. But on this subject, it is rife with horrific actors.